Okay, the homegrown listed biotechnology company Vectus has developed a library of compounds that have potential to treat the scarring and fibrosis, which is a longer term outcome of some COVID 19 infections. For more, let's bring in Maurie Stang, the non-executive director and deputy chairman of Vectus Biosystems. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Good afternoon, and thanks for having me on.
No, it's our pleasure. Tell me about these once-a-day tablets, I believe they are, that may have a role in not only slowing disease progression, but also potentially reversing the effects on an already damaged tissue.
Yeah, no, thank you. So the work that Vectus has been doing has been based on a peptide that exists in our bodies today, in our cardiovascular system. And it's been known for some time that as those levels go down, so you see disease progression. It was thought to be a marker, but in fact, Vectus has found out that it's a regulator. And so we've gone down the journey of turning this peptide into what's regarded as a mimetic, in other words, a small molecule that's orally dosable. And it addresses some of the largest disease states known today. It's cardiovascular, heart disease, renal disease, hepatic liver disease, and lung disease. And scarring is, a key part of that disease progression. Many products have attempted to slow down the progression. We believe we have the strong potential to not only slow down progression, but reverse damage.
Yeah, okay. So phase 1 trials, I believe, are starting around now. How long has this journey been to actually get to this point?
Yeah, so the work originated out of universities and some government laboratories, and then subsequently, approximately 7 years ago, we became a public company and then a listed public company. And the trials have actually commenced now, and phase 1 clinical trials are regarded as a significant inflection point by the world pharmaceutical industry. So if I might, there's just a couple of features of what we're doing that's quite interesting. First of all, our compounds are in their original state in your body already, so there's a good propensity for it to be well tolerated. Secondly, we have what's called first-in-class potential. In other words, any reimbursement will be against the disease state, and an example of that is it can cost between $50,000 and $200,000 a year for a dialysis patient. So obviously the health economics of avoiding that, as well as the social impact, is quite large. And thirdly, this Australian company leads the world with a very, very strong patent library. And so the phase 1 trials are really a major milestone for Vectus Biosystems.
Yeah, just considering what a major milestone it is, how proud are you of the team behind this?
No, it's extraordinary. And can I say that Australia is regarded as a tier 1 country, only with Germany, Sweden, US and the UK, our TGA discovered thalidomide's negative effects and it's very well regarded. So the team has also, for one of the first times, found a technology to take peptides such as insulin, which you have to inject, and make it into a once-a-day pill in terms of our VB0004. So very excited, but we've flown under the radar for some while we filed our patents, and now it's really an interesting time, and I think the team is, without doubt, world-class.
Yeah, and what are your expectations with phase 1 trials kicking off?
Yeah, so we actually have a little more than phase 1. We have phase 1 and phase 1B. So in the phase 1 trial, you start off with a single ascending dose, which we're doing now. Then you go to multiple ascending doses, which means people are on the drug for a month. And if they are to progress, as we expect, successfully, then we have TGA approval, regulatory approval, to do a efficacy study to have a look at whether people with mild disease actually get some benefit. We invested in 28-day toxicity studies, which allows us to run the trial for 28 days. So expectations are that the compound VB0004 will show significant efficacy.
Okay, that's very promising. Before I let you go, is there anything else Vectus Biosystems is doing that you'd like to share with us that we should know about?
Sure. So throughout Asia, particularly, hepatitis has caused enormous. Up to 40% of people in China have some degree of liver damage, and whilst there's new drugs to stop the impact of hepatitis, that damage is potentially reversed by one of our other compounds, and so we see that as important. And in Australia, there are various, beyond asbestosis, there are various other lung diseases that progress through fibrosis, from black coal dust disease and others, and we hope to play a real role in enhancing the well-being and the function of people who have got these degenerative diseases. So it's a very exciting era.
Absolutely, Maurie. We really appreciate your time. Thanks so much for joining us today on Ticker News.
Thanks again.